Hi guys, it's Christine. I wanted to come on and share something that came to me today, and just something as I was going throughout my morning, and I was just thinking and just thinking about some stuff, and the word that came to me was that some people don't like your hustle and grind because it reminds them of their stagnancy and it bothers them to see you moving forward while they stay stuck. And so some people will be bothered by your hustle and your grind because it is a reminder to them, and they'll act like they're annoyed, like, oh, you're doing too much, like, don't do too much, like, why do you have to always be doing something and on the move? And once you accomplish one task, you want to go on to another task, and those just seem annoyed, and like they don't understand why you just can't sit still, because it's really a reflection of them not moving forward. And it's really a reflection of where they are. So they will try to make it seem like, oh, you're doing too much, and, why can't you just, be still? Why can't you be mediocre? Why do you always have to be on to the next thing, whatever that may be? Whatever goals or dreams that may be, or whatever that looks like, that you're always on to bigger, better, and best, and what's next. And what these people fail to realize is that you're not in competition with anyone. You are not looking at the next person and sizing them up and thinking, you know, that you have to keep up with the Joneses because, you have to outdo anyone, or you have to outshine anyone. And what they fail to realize is that you're in competition with no one. The only one that you're in competition with is yourself. And when you wake up in the morning and you look in the mirror and you see where you're at in your life, you are happy and you are content and you have joy and you have peace. And that doesn't mean that everything's perfect, but what it does mean is that you are moving forward in the purposes and plan that God has for your life, and you are in competition with no one except being a better version of yourself and who you were yesterday. And so you're constantly wanting to grow, you're constantly wanting to challenge yourself, you're constantly wanting to, see how far, you can go in God, and just, you know, just challenge yourself in different areas. And it's not that you're trying to be like anyone or be better than anyone. You are really just being the best version of yourself that you can be, and seeing the areas that you can grow and change in, and where there is room for growth, and you are pursuing that to be better, even a better version of even who you were yesterday. And that's just who you are. And they don't understand that. Like, they just think that, you know, you're superficial, or you're just too ambitious, or, you're too worldly. And, why can't you just, you know, why can't you just be like regular? And what's really interesting is that a lot of these same people that think this way, They would rather see you as the old version of yourself. They would rather see you drinking and stinking and not taking a shower, not taking care of yourself, and wondering, like, why do you have to do the lashes, and why do you have to do the nails, and why do you have to do the hair, and you're so superficial and you're so fake, and why do you have to look like I have literally even had people say to me, like, why do you come to work like you're dressed to go on the runway? Like, this is not a fashion show. I have had people say that to me, guys, and it's so funny because I'm not even like, first of all, like, why do you even care? Second of all, like, it's none of your business. And third of all, I do it because I want to do it. And if you want to come to work like you just rolled out of bed and you have bedhead and you want to come to work in a pair of sweatpants and a t-shirt, then that's your business. But don't hate on me and don't hate on other people that want to come to work and look like they're dressed for success, and they're business and they're professional. And what's interesting is that these people would rather see you in the place of where you were when you were depressed and you couldn't get out of bed and you couldn't get in the shower and you couldn't, take care of yourself and do the things that make you look and feel good about yourself. And you couldn't keep a job and you couldn't pay your bills and you couldn't keep the house clean. They would rather see you in a place where you're dirty and your house is a mess and you smell and you look like you just rolled out of bed and you don't do anything to take care of yourself. And it's just an interesting dynamic that the same people that have the problem with the way that you are now are the ones who say that when you used to be like that, they used to get on you then and make fun of you then. But now that it's a different story, they would rather see you back at that place where they could make fun of you and that they can feel good about themselves. Because at that point, they felt like they were better than you. They felt like, they can compare themselves to you, and even if they were going through something in their life, they could say, well, at least I'm not like her. At least I'm not like him. At least, I could take care of myself. At least I could clean my house. At least I could take a shower and get dressed. But now that you've actually outgrown them, and not only have you outgrown them, you've surpassed them and their expectations of what they thought and who they thought you would become and what you would be doing. Now it's a problem, and now they have an issue with you. Now they want to take an issue with you because, well, now you're doing too much, and who do you think you are, and why do you have to be on the go, and why do you have to hustle and always be doing so much, and you're just doing you. What they fail to understand is that you are just doing you, and it has nothing to do with you, really. It has absolutely nothing to do with you. It's really their problem, and it's their issue, and they don't feel good about themselves, so they have to look at the next person and compare themselves to the next person, whether that person is doing worse off than them or whether that person is doing better off than them. They're gonna have a problem either way, because they don't like who they are, and they don't take the time to do the self-reflection and the introspection of where they are in their life. And they have to look at what the next person is doing in order to measure up to what they think their standard is. So I wanted to come on and share this, because this is something that came to me today, is that, there are some people that really do have a problem with your hustle and your grind, and it really doesn't make any sense. And it's because it reminds them of where they're at, and it reminds them of the stagnancy, and it bothers them to see you moving forward because they haven't done the things and accomplished the things in their life with their goals and their dreams that they might have wanted to do, whether it's out of fear or whether it's because they were insecure and they didn't have the confidence to believe that that is something that could happen for them, and they felt comfortable with where you were at as long as you weren't doing better than they were, and they can compare themselves to you and feel good about themselves. And now that you have literally like passed them, like the tortoise and the hare, like, and they thought you would never amount to anything and that you would never get anywhere, then they can feel good about themselves. And now they slept on you, and you have literally like taken off so fast, like it's like you're unstoppable right now. You are in your groove, you're in your zone, and they can't stop you. Like, you have so far surpassed them, and it wasn't even that was your plan to do that. You just decided one day that you wanted to do things differently in your life, and you woke up one day and you were like, I want to get up, I want to try this, and even if I fail, well, I'm gonna die trying because I don't want to live this way. And now they have a problem with you because you decided to take that step and make that decision. So just know, guys, that this is just like the basic human behavior, and it really is just, it's really their problem. It's not about you. So I wanted to come on and share that. And all right, guys, I will talk to you in the next video. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share this word with many people that need to hear it and know that they are not alone. I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.